Merry Christmas, everybody! Week 21, everyone, and again, going out of town this week, so I'm going to have to do my video early, so hope you're ready. Check it out. Last Thursday, early, I was on a train towards Nuremberg, and we were going there for a couple of reasons. Nuremberg is actually a really cool city. Not only does it have one of the largest Christmas markets in Germany, and without a doubt the most famous Christmas market in Germany, Nuremberg is also the start and the end of Nazi Germany as we know it, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. I was meeting some other PP peelers there, and past Saarbrücken language schoolers, Mike, Seth, and Clara. After I checked into my hostel, then we headed over to the Nazi Document Center. There was an old building built by the Nazis and designed by Hitler to hold rallies and speeches. And literally that is all that was built for. It was never completed, but now it has been turned into a museum to illustrate the fall and the rise of the Third Reich and the Nazi powers in Germany. It was really cool to see because like some of the stuff that this crazy little Austrian man had was just ridiculous. After the museum, we then went to the Zeppelin field. Now I apologize for the poor video quality. It was a little bit dark once we got there. Where there, like, if you ever have seen like the Nazi rallies outdoors with Hitler up at the front speaking, and there's just like marching bands and troops and everything. That was where like these marches and rallies were taking place, was at the Zeppelin field, and so you could actually see like here where Hitler once stood and made all these crazy speeches, and it was kind of cool, but it was also kind of weird to see that this stuff still existed. Then we headed on down to the Weihnachtsmarkt.
Alright, now guess whose cup is whose? Oh, well mine is the cheap one. And then the one without Martin Luther is the success.
95.
Super schön. What?
I was gonna go like this.
Mark out, pass your apple strudel.
Tasty.
How's your Leibkuchen, Mr. Byron? Clara? Good now.
Good now.
That cart cheap.
So yeah, we pretty much just walked around the Christmas mart, had some glühwein, had some food, looked at everything, saw those choirs and stuff, and then once we got tired of walking around, we just went back to our hostel and went to bed. The next day was all about looking in the inside of churches, and we also wanted to go to courtroom 600, which I'll explain about in a little bit.
So that's my beer. Here's my fucking schnitzel. Here's Mike's pan of food. A salad for Clara. And there's another big ass schnitzel for Seth.
So yeah, those schnitzels that you just saw, we just happened to stumble across this restaurant and got those, and holy shit, dude, they were huge. So a little bit about courtroom 600. After World War II, the Nazi leaders were pretty much held responsible for the war. And they were all put on the first international trial. And judges and prosecutors and defenders from the US, France, Great Britain, and Russia were the ones that ran the trial. And it was held in Nuremberg. So we went to the courtroom, we saw it, as you can see here. And then there was also a museum that we walked through, and it pretty much explained like the start to finish process of like how everything was organized, who was put on trial, what their punishments were, kind of what happened, and it was actually really cool and really interesting because it wasn't just a point fingers and you know blame somebody. It was definitely a very democratic and judicial process that was went through. Like I said earlier, the Nazi Party pretty much started and ended in Nuremberg, and it ended with the Nuremberg trials. After courtroom 600 in the museum, we headed back into town where we continued to walk around, look at churches, walk around the Weihnachtsmarkt until we got tired of paying like €3 a cup for a thing of glühwein, and then we just bought our own, went back to the hostel and heated it up there and just chilled at the hostel the rest of the night.
going on, Mike?
I'm trying to take a picture.
Huh?
Get next to the glue gun. You're in front of the glue gun.
Like glue line. Oh yeah, in the hostel.
On Saturday morning, we had a tour of these beer kellers, beer basements where they used to brew and then store beer. And then during World War II, they were converted into these bomb shelters where people took refuge. After the tour, we then went to the brewery that accompanied these beer cellars, and we met some other PP peelers that were coming into town for the day, like Ashley, Dawn, Quasi, Niall, Zach, Ashley's boyfriend. I think that's it. Sorry if I forgot anybody. And we had some beers until afterwards. We then went to the Christmas market for about an hour until I had to catch my train back home to Czar, Brooklyn.
And new city, it's new dot on the map, so let's get that going here. So Nuremberg is right about there. Hopefully you guys can see that. And that's what the Germany map looks like. Hopefully there's not a glare like there was last week.
Sunday I didn't really do anything, and if I did, I can't remember what it was, so it probably wasn't that important. Monday, I guess the only notable thing that happened was I went with my host mom to Globus to get some more stuff for Christmas and our dinner on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve yesterday rolled around and we had a lovely dinner around 2, 3, 4 o'clock, I don't remember. Just kind of like that midday German dinner type thing. It was just my intermediate host family plus my host father's mother. So my host grandma, I guess you could say. After our lovely dinner, then we opened up presents. I got this lovely sweatshirt that I was wearing earlier, but then took off because I was too warm. And I also got this this mug. It says, I don't know if you can read it. It says Prost, which is Saarländisch for Prost, which actually means cheers in German. So that was nice, and I got this little box of chocolates that I've already managed to eat, and so that was nice. My host family opened up their gifts that I got them and that my parents sent to them. So thank you guys again for sending those. The Harry and David box is pretty much already gone, and then my host mom really liked the calendar, and she was asking me about all the different holidays and stuff like that. And then I also got him Kill Bill Volume 1 because it's one of my favorite movies, and my host dad really likes Quentin Tarantino, and he has not fully seen from start to finish Kill Bill, so I thought that'd be a nice collection, or nice addition to his movie collection.
Kill Bill.
And then Saturday night, I went to church with my host family at the midnight service. They're Catholic, so it lasted forever. Got there at 10 o'clock, and we didn't end up leaving until almost 1 o'clock. It was a nice reception, I guess. It was in this old church with small wooden pews, and so my back hurt a little bit after that, considering I'm 6'5" and I'm sitting in a hard wooden, pew that's built for someone that's a foot shorter than me. But yeah, it was nice service. Probably not gonna go every week, that's for damn sure. And then today we just kind of got up lazily. We had another big meal for lunch, or that weird 2, 3 o'clock afternoon meal type thing, and that was also really good. Had some duck. It's quite delicious. And tomorrow I begin my adventures for the next couple weeks. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I wish you guys all a Merry Christmas again. It was good to talk to everybody that I talked to yesterday. Hopefully you guys are watching this, and hopefully those that haven't been watching these I talked to yesterday have now figured out how to figure out the link and all that stuff. So yeah, Merry Christmas again, and I'll text you guys next week. Peace out.